So you're thinking of moving to Kansas City and the surrounding areas like Leawood, Kansas, but you've got some questions. You want to know about the area, how do you get around, what are some key points of interest, and places to go. And so in this video, we're going to give you a full map tour of Leawood, Kansas, and how to go from like Leawood to the airport, how to get to downtown Kansas City, how to get out to Royals and Chiefs Stadium, and also some really cool spots around Leawood. Now, if you stick around until the very end, I'm going to share with you some bonus hotspots of Leawood and the Kansas City area that lots of people like to go to. So you definitely don't want to miss that. And we're going to get after it right now. So if this is your first time on our channel and you want to know everything there is about living in Kansas City and the surrounding areas like Leawood, Kansas, then make sure that you subscribe below and tap the bell for notifications so that you can be the very first to know about the current market here in Leawood, Kansas. Hello, my name is Jimmy Ezzell. My wife Nikki and I are part of the Living in Kansas City team, and we get phone calls, text messages, and emails every single day from people just like you and you and you. And so whether you're moving in like 7 days or 7 months, make sure you reach out to us. All of our contact information is in the description box below. We'd be happy to help you make a smooth move to Kansas City and the surrounding areas like Leawood, Kansas. And today we're actually doing something a little different. I'm here at the beautiful Ironwoods Park here in Leawood, Kansas. And before we dive into our Google map tour of this incredible city, let's talk a little bit about where we are right now and what it makes Leawood such a great place for outdoor lovers. So Ironwoods Park is one of the largest and most popular parks in Leawood, covering over 115 acres. It opened in 2001 and has been a community favorite ever since. One cool fact is that the park was designed with a focus on preserving the natural beauty of the land. So while it offers modern amenities, it also feels like a peaceful retreat surrounded by trees, walking trails and open spaces. And right here, you'll actually find that, the Prairie Oak Nature Center, you can see it right behind me here. It offers environmental education programs for families and school groups. I saw some coming in there. And there's a strong focus on conservation here with exhibits about local wildlife and ecosystem. And it's really perfect for anyone who wants to connect with nature. Now, let's talk about what makes Leawood such a great place for outdoor activities. The city has done an amazing job of creating parks and green spaces that cater to everyone. Whether you're into hiking, biking, or just taking a leisurely walk, you'll love what Leawood has to offer. Here at Ironwoods Park, you've got more than 2 miles of walking trails, beautiful gardens, and even a challenge course, zip line and things like that for those of you that are a little bit more adventuresome. There's also Ironwoods Lodge right here. This is perfect for weddings, community events, things like that. And then of course you've got the Oxford School here. See it preserved there. You can see that right there. And so Leawood actually has over 550 acres of parks throughout the city. Like Geezer Park, which offers like interactive features like a biblical garden and a fire pit. Then there's Leawood City Park, which is another great spot, with playgrounds, athletic fields, and plenty of picnic areas. And so the city has really done an amazing job. It really values outdoor spaces. It just shows, it keeps them all well maintained and accessible. And so for families and couples or anyone looking to enjoy some fresh air, the parks in Leawood are second to none. Whether you're planning a day out with the kids or just want a peaceful place to unwind, you always find something to do. Plus, the city is constantly working to improve and expand their green spaces, which is one of the top reasons why people love it here. It's just a fantastic place to live. All right, now that we've talked a little bit about the parks and outdoor life in Leawood, let's switch gears. Let's take a look at the city from a bird's eye view with our Google map tour. Leawood has so much to offer, and I can't wait to really show you some of the the neighborhoods, attractions, and hidden gems that make this city such a special place. Let's dive in. Okay, let's dive into my computer now and give you guys a full Leawood map tour. Just a couple things before we really dive into it. I just want you to know Leawood is actually one of the newer cities in Johnson County and in the Kansas City area. It actually wasn't incorporated until 1948. And so, if you've seen our other videos of Olathe and Lenexa and well, especially Olathe and Overland Park, those cities have been around for a while. But so Leawood is our newest one in Johnson County. It's a suburban community. It's right borders on the state line. I'll show you that here in a second. It's actually about 10 miles southwest of downtown Kansas City, and it only has about 14.7 square miles. And it's really a long rectangle running north and south. I'll show you this in a second. And really 435 crosses through the city in just, and so it kind of separates the city a little bit. The city is bordered by Ironwoods Park. You've got Prairie Village, and then also, of course, Kansas City, Missouri. But the city really has done a great job. 75% of it has been developed. And of course, there's still continued growth with that. In the last 20 years, you've seen the city grow, from about 38, they expected actually to grow from where it was about 34,000 people currently today, to in the next 10 to 15 years, they expect it to jump, add another 4,000 or 5,000 people, pushing about 40,000 people. And so that's just a little bit of Leawood. And now what we'll do is let me share my screen. We'll dive into it, and I'll show you guys a lot of Leawood and the surrounding areas as well. Okay, now here is Leawood. As you can see, I've got it highlighted here for you. And what I did is I did a bigger shot of Kansas City. So you can see it is, like I said, a long rectangle. And here is Kansas City on the map, right? And so it borders literally the state line of Kansas and Missouri. Okay, so this will mean a little bit as we go through this. Let me kind of show you. So if you take Kansas City out, this whole red area is Leawood. So you're literally right on the border of Kansas City, and on the Kansas side as well as the Missouri side. So let me just show you a few key areas if you're first time looking at Leawood, Kansas. So a couple things. I always like to show this. I always like to show you some of the highway. So this is 435, goes into also 470. This is what we call our major loop around the city. And this is very important because actually where Leawood is located, 435 is easy access to the east and to the west to get to several things. And I'll show you that here in a second. And then also here's to 470 and 435. There's the 435 is on the Missouri side, is the inner loop there. And then of course you have 470 there, all right? Now, in terms of if you're looking at Kansas City, you've never really been here before, just know, come out a little bit. And this is Kansas City, all right? And you can see I got a lot of places that we go to, but this is Leawood here. And then what ends up happening is over here to the west of Leawood, you've got Lawrence, Kansas, home of University of Kansas, or KU. And then you'll see on the map here, let me come out a little bit more. And then north, okay, because we are really in the heartland of the Midwest. So there's Kansas City, so everybody knows. And just, if you look here, when you go on the map, that's up all the way here. You have St. Louis there. You have Omaha up here. You take that down. And then if you go out, you've got Manhattan, which is Kansas State University. And then if you go south, you'll end up coming out and going to Wichita. And then you also, for any of you that may be going down to Lake of the Ozarks, you also have Lake of the Ozarks down here, okay? So this is just kind of from a proximity standpoint, so you know where Kansas City and Leawood is. So let me come out now, and then I'll start to really dive into the Kansas City area, because this is going to be, Leawood is one of our more affluent, I would say, cities in Kansas City. The average income over there is over 200-some thousand. Home prices, literally, you'll see in our vlog tour of the neighborhoods, I snuck a 400,000 one in there, but most of those homes really are in the 900 and 1.2 million. I mean, that's really the biggest. That's really the range. And I'll show you actually. I'll pull in our MLS and show you where all the homes are, in terms of Leawood, where the growth is, and we'll even look at some price points on the map tour. So if you take Leawood and you let's do some directions. I want to show you guys because Leawood does attract a lot of professionals, and as well as people that want to retire there. But I want to show you a lot of people probably travel. So let's do the airport so you guys can see that. All right. So if you look here, you've got about a 39-minute drive, 40-minute drive, and notice how it takes you this route here. So you'll take 635 up to 29.
That is one route. The other route that people in Leawood will take is really, depending on where they live in Leawood, the 435 route. Now, I share this a lot of times on our videos because this actually, there is no traffic on this outer loop of 435 typically. Just, you know, especially even a rush hour, you can get through pretty quickly, especially since you're going away from the downtown city. So in terms of airport traffic, guys, you know, because you're on the southern part of Kansas City, it's still going to take you about a good 40-minute drive. But like I said, if you're on the southern side of Leawood, just take 435, and then of course you can also take, you know, you notice here they take going through 635 into 29. To the airport. Okay, and a couple other things I want to show you is, of course, a lot of people that live in Johnson County, Leawood as well, a lot of people like to go to downtown, and because you're so close you can see it's a very short drive, 25-minute, and what you would do is you can avoid a lot of the highways. You can just get on Ward Parkway. That's what it tells you to do here. That's actually the way when I'm out in Leawood and we're trying to just go downtown or to the Electrical Plaza. That's the route to take. Very simple. Now this can get some congestion, so just be aware of that. But that's basically your fastest way to get there. So it's 25 minutes because, like I said, you're really a little closer to downtown. You know, when you live out in Leawood. Then let me show you some other things. Club Plaza. This is a beautiful part of the city. Very close, 20-minute drive, so it's a little closer than downtown. You actually would get to the plaza before you get downtown. Another same route, Ward Parkway, and so you come in there. This is high-end shops, eating, of course, restaurants. Beautiful at Christmas time. You got the carriage rides. I mean, it's awesome down at the plaza. It's one of our favorite places to go to during the Christmas season as well. So you've got that. Now, sports are a big deal in Kansas City. So, of course, we want to talk about Arrowhead Stadium and Royal Stadium. So let's see how far it takes you guys to get out there. And so notice here, they are taking the loop, which is the smartest way to get out there, and 435 all the way out. So it's about a 25-minute drive out to Yeehaw Field, as well as Kauffman Stadium. And, of course, we are very proud and excited for our Chiefs. Don't forget, we're the #1 tailgating team in the NFL, as well as the loudest stadium. So, of course, there's a lot of pride for the Chiefs here in Kansas City. So you've got that. Something also for Leawood, and so this is a really, I do like to talk about this because it has really become very popular, is the Current, which is the women's soccer team here. And you can see it is downtown. Now, let me zoom in. I'll share with you. This is Berkeley Riverfront. Is a massive development that is being finished out. Every piece of that land, last time I read, is completely bought out now. And so this is where the Current plays, our women's soccer team. And then, of course, this is a beautiful place. You can see right here, you can walk. It's gorgeous. A lot of built out there. The downtown airport is right there as well. So that's a little bit of get from Leawood to get to some major areas. I showed you the plaza, showed you the stadiums. Oh, one other thing too, then we'll get into, because the thing about Leawood, it has everything. Let me jump into the #1 hotspot in Leawood, and that is really the Town Center Plaza area, because you have, you know, a ton of shopping here. You'll see that in some of our B-roll. We'll show you some of this, but the Town Center Plaza is a great place. Let me zoom in a little bit for you. So Town Center Place here, let me go ahead and get into it. You've got Town Center Place here, and then right across the street basically is Park Place. Both of these places have some shopping, eating, of course. Town Center has a ton of shopping. If you scroll in, you won't be able to see them all, but so you can see look at all these different places. Body, Soma, Sephora, Vera Bradley, Macy's is there. You know, then you've got, come back out, Athleta is there. Gap, you know, you just have a ton of different stores. And then you come out, and then you've got RH Leawood, which is the gallery. Houlihan's, great place to eat. Pottery Barn, the big store there. And then come back out of Hellsburg, big diamond store. You can see just a ton. Panera Bread, one of our favorite places to go to. And then there's a coffee shop over here on this side too. I don't know if it's popping up. But there's a nice coffee shop here at the Town Center. AMC is over here as well. Dick's Sporting Goods. Bristol, the really good seafood places here. So Town Center is loaded with stuff. A lot of people go there. Then, and you'll see me in an intro video part. Your Park Place is right across the street, literally right across the street, and lots. You'll see here, let me pull up. You've got a lot of different restaurants again in here. Raw Sushi, oh, I love this place. Is a good place to eat. And then so you can see this little area is really the hub spot for Leawood because of high-end shopping as well. You've got lots of different activities going on here. There's even let's see if it pulls it up. There's even a cycle place here. There's Blue Chip. Sushi's there. Oh yeah, here's Rally Houses over here for sports stuff as well. The Buckle, American Eagle, Brooks Brothers. You can so once again, Williams Sonoma, lots of high-end shopping as well. Okay, so you've got that. So that I wanted to make sure you guys saw that because that's a very popular place. Both of those, Town Center as well as Park Place. And then Leawood is also known for its park and recs. And many of our cities on the Johnson County side do a really good job of the parks and rec. And so one of the ones is Ironwoods Park. I'll show you where that's at. There it is. And so if you look at the map here, notice you can see it is very close to the Kansas Missouri state line. And this park here is a very popular park. It's got 115 acres. It's also got the Oxford Schoolhouse there. And it's a great place for, they even have, I just was there, they also have a zip lining and archery, some outdoor activities there as well. Playgrounds, and then a lot of homeschool and field trip students go here as well. It's just a great place to go. So you've got that. Golf is a big deal, of course, when you have your more higher end homes, affluent neighborhoods. Iron Horse Golf Club is here. The country club, there it is. Blue Hills Country Club is over here, right just on the other side of the state line. And then of course you have the museum at Prairie Fire is actually just outside of the city limits of Leawood, but a lot of people go here. There's some restaurants and good eating at Prairie Fire as well. See that? So up here, this is closer to 435. There's also a trail here. Yeah, there it is. Tomahawk Creek Trail is up here, so a long walking trail, bike trail for everybody. It's a beautiful park. Also, Lee Wolf Dog Park is here as well. It's one of our dog parks in the city. That's nice. Here's a Hallbrook Country Club. So there's the line again. So one of the things I want to share with you is, once again, you can see Prairie Village is north here of Leawood. So we run across there's Prairie Village. You've got Kansas City, Missouri that backs up to it. You have Overland Park. Oh, by the way, there's also a Topgolf very close to Leawood as well. And then, of course, you have Olathe that borders it as well. Also, one other neighborhood that's not too far, because people that may be looking in Leawood may be also looking at Lockwood, and we can help you with that. So this is the Village of Lockwood. This is your very, very high-end homes. You're talking $1 million plus. So, and typically in this region, or in these neighborhoods, you've got that, which is just on the Missouri side again. So just want to make sure everybody knows you have that option as well. There's Martin City, and they all run into each other as well. A lot of growth happening there. All right, so I want to pull in our MLS. So I ran some homes for everybody, so you kind of just have a good idea of where and this is as of this recording, where homes are being sold and some of the price points. Now, once again, Leawood's average home price, depending on what you read, the median sales price right now actually is, as of this recording, is actually over $800,000. Typically, it's in the upper 600s, but just for right now, that's what we're pulling up. So let me show you why. So if you scroll in, so right off the bat, we're in 530, 735. Now this is 995. Okay. These are existing homes. This isn't even new construction on this side. 999. So now, as you go further south, where you have your little bit, and these neighborhoods have been around. Most of these neighborhoods, 15, 20 years, but the homes like 650, 580, 775, 584, 1.2, 800, 4. Oh wow, there's a 430. That's probably a townhome. So then, and then you go down here. Here's some pavilion. Here's Iron Horse, 800, 850. And so what ended up happening is, you'll see this in our blog tour. Homes in Leawood definitely have they're more square footage. So you're 4,000 typically and above for a lot of these homes here that are in the 6, 7, 8, 9, 1, 1.2, 1.4 million. And then then of course you can find like I ran the search for 400,000. We're not even seeing any now. There's just not a lot. So they're mostly, this is what I was telling you. This is definitely because it's a smaller suburb, but the home's average price of medium home prices is just much higher. But I wanted to show you where. What you'll be able to do in Leawood is find lots of homes, lots of different homes, lots of different price points. But you'll notice that they're just a little bit more higher end than even our other suburbs that we work in and help other people with. So be on the lookout for that. We'll pull the map back out now. All right, so that really shows you Leawood. Like I said, the good thing about Leawood is you have easy access with 435, literally at the very top of it, or almost to the top, almost into the center. You got Leawood South, Hallbrook here, you can see that. And what ends up happening too is, you're not that far from Highway 69 too, which can take you to different routes. But jumping on 435 and 150 will take you out a little bit if you're trying to get up more on the Missouri side to get to 49. So there's a little route. Let me highlight these for you. There's 435 that will take you, literally get you everywhere. Here's 69 Highway, it's another one. A lot of people, and then of course you have 150 take you to the Missouri side. So you got that, you've got that, you've got that, 69. And then of course you also have some pretty big streets here like Ward Parkway that will take you to downtown. Okay, so that's Leawood, Kansas. Just a little bit of map tour, come out a little bit. Some other things too for people in Leawood. Don't forget, one of the big things about Kansas City is we have big lake communities. And so if you're on the Johnson County side, you'll have a lot of people that will come to different lakes. Let me just highlight a few of them. You've got Hillsdale Lake down here. You've got Quinton Lake down here. Okay, these are the ones where you can have motorized boats. Then of course you have Perry Lake up here. Come over to the Missouri side, and there's Smithville Lake up here, another motorized one. Big one that a lot of people of course come down to. A little bit of a drive, but two big lakes in Missouri are going to be, you see this region down here, these two. This is Lake of the Ozarks, and then this one that we're down here by is here it is. This is Lake of the Ozarks here. All right, so this is Lake of the Ozarks, and then down here is the Branson area. There's also a Table Rock Lake, and so they're not that far from you to get down to them. And ton of fun in those bigger lakes as well for a lot of people. Okay, so those are some other hot spots that people typically will go to and have some fun with in the Kansas City area as well. All right, so that is our map tour of Leawood, Kansas. Make sure that you go find our pros and cons video, our neighborhood blog tour, and then of course any other videos that we do about Leawood as well. Well, that brings us to the end of our map tour of beautiful Leawood, Kansas. I hope that you enjoyed exploring some of the highlights of this incredible community, from the upscale shopping at Town Center or Park Place to the Ironwoods Park and all the fantastic dining, entertainment, and recreational options that really makes Leawood such a desirable place for people to live in. Now, if you're thinking about making Leawood or anywhere in the Kansas City area your home, we understand that moving can feel overwhelming, it can be stressful, and it's a big decision, and the process can sometimes bring a lot of anxiety. But that's why I'm here to make the journey as smooth as possible for you and your family. And so whether you're relocating from across the country or just moving across town, our team is here to help you with every step of the way. We know Leawood inside and out, from its top-rated schools and the family-friendly parks to its vibrant community, and so we're committed to really helping you find the perfect place for you to be able to call home. So, thank you for joining me on this map tour of Leawood. If you're ready to take the next step, or you have some questions about the area, feel free to reach out to us, whether you're moving in 7 days or 7 months.
we'd be happy to help you make that smooth move to Leawood, Kansas. Give us a call, send us a text, email us, schedule a Zoom. All of our information is in the description box below. And just remember this, our wish is for you that your buying and selling process is seamless so that you can focus on creating those memories for you and your family, and that you love living in Leawood or any of the surrounding areas in Kansas City as much as we do. And until then, we hope to see you around town.